You like it more. So it's really gloomy today, and I feel like it's a reflection of my current mood. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I've ever felt. Oh, let's not say ever. But how do you differentiate between feeling the pressure to succeed and feeling the pressure to fail? Because all this while I used to think maybe I'm feeling this pressure to succeed, but I just realized that there's this pressure on me to fail, as if I'm living in this reality where everyone around me expects me to fail. So I have to carry around this expectation, this keeping up to people's expectations, like having expectations to like go down, like living down to people's expectations of me is now like this pressure on me. And it's like I some days now like, do I want to feel, so that I'll be free from this expectation? Like, let me just feel so that then everybody's eyes can go out of my view. But it's like I feel like even if I feel, I wouldn't I won't stop feeling that perception over me hanging over my head, that expectation hanging over my head. Yes, I'm from Nigeria. Hello, welcome to the chat. Today just I'm just trying to not drown in my own vomit, so to speak. Like it's just I've had it up to here, literally and physically. And I really don't know. For now, I can't figure out a way to free myself from that. Like the anxiety is so crazy, and I think it's making me physically unwell. Like this feeling of failure is just like hanging over my head so bad, and it feels like when I try, there's this bashing in of my head where it's like the results look like failure. So that's the feeling exactly. I don't know if you can hear me. It's like if you ask me, you know, if you ask me, um, who are the people that I want you to fail, I really can't say, but they feel like a crowd in my head, you know. just waiting for me to fail. It's like I have this crowd, watching me in my head. So like when I interact with, the real world, and the real world is reflecting failure back at me, it feels like the crowd inside my head is going, you see, I told you, we told you, we told you, and I've been, it's just so hard. It's just so hard. It's hard to keep going because it's like, where the hell do you want to go to? Where the hell do you want to get to? You know, why bother? You know, just lay down somewhere and you know be everything that you've always known you were. And I don't have any rebuttal, to be honest. I don't know how to say no. I'm going to be more. And like, where do I come up saying that? I don't even feel qualified in that sense. Like I don't have the guts. Like I don't have the guts, to say like you are wrong about me. Thank you, Abderrahim. Like I want to say to the crowd, the obvious answer everybody will say, no, tell those voices that nah, they can't get to. And it's like, okay, if I tell them, then what? What if I cannot now prove to them that they are wrong about me? Do you get? Or how do I prove to myself that these voices are wrong about me when all of the proof I have has just been one failure after the other after the other? I don't know. Like it's so hard. What do you say to those voices in your head? You know, and for a while they'll sit back and watch you try. Do you get? Yes. Funny enough, I don't even think what anybody outside says changes anything that's going on inside the head. Like even when people say all of these things, it's hard to believe it because those voices inside are more convincing than the people outside, you know. And I also feel like the people outside, they they are more um they are more like just you know they're just for your report card kind of. They're like your report card. So like it's the way when you finish an exam and get a report card, it's not like the report card has anything to say to you. Like the report card does not have any power to change itself from the result that have been written on it. Do you get? Like the report card cannot change itself to reflect, you know, to change what has been written on it. And the thing about the report card is that whatever I written in the report card was written from the people inside the head. Do you get? So it's like it's not looking good, to be honest. It's not looking good. It's very hard. I don't know what else to do. Some years I feel like I have, you know, like for a while now, I thought maybe I was okay in that sense, like I was something like things were making sense a bit. You get in that sense. But I don't know, like this past week has been hard. Like it has been so hard. Because it's like it's just throwing back all this period of like peace I've had, it's like nothing changed. Do you get? And it's like if nothing changes, like if those boys are still very much there, do I have to still carry those people everywhere I go? Like I'm tired. When you're a child and you're in school and you have all these people looking at you, oh, what are you going to be? How is your life going to turn out? You know, and it's like, okay, you're a child. Everybody wants to see you like be okay as a child, let nothing bad happen to you. And it's like, but when you go into an adulthood and those people are not there, like why are the voices still there? Why is the crowd still there hovering over your head? I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. So it's just my own thing is failure and failing. It's just so hard. It's like what how does somebody not care about, like, it's not like I don't care about success, but I don't see it as something that, like, I really feel for you being 18. Like the world was so scary for me at 18, to be honest. I was so lost. I was way worse than I am now. But like, I don't know. I think what helped most was, growing into me being like older. There's some things that, a bit of like age helps you to, conquer. Not because of say you have any extra power, it's just because like, you are no longer in that demographic of young people where everybody, like, the world is just very wicked to children. You get, like, as an 18-year-old is so sick. This world we live in, like, for children and people that are coming into like their adult selves, it's so hard. Like it's even worse off in this past decade than it was before. Do you get? So I don't even know, I feel like you need to, I feel really bad for you, as you're 18. I feel so bad for you. At least in my own situation, I've gotten to the point where like I have been able to curate a sort of space around me so I can, go crazy in peace. But as an 18-year-old, I don't think, you might have that freedom yet. But I'm rooting for you though. I feel like maybe if you give it time, you'll be able to get a little bit of, in the sense of space, you get, just to be yourself, and the voices will reduce. They won't be as much as the older you get, because apparently growing old is another sign of like, oh, get out of the way, let other people come up. So the societal pressure, those voices will kind of reduce, not because they've gone away, but because the older you get, the less important you are, to be exploited and to be punished by this cruel system that we live in. So I just, I really empathize with you in this moment, yeah. And okay, saying just be joyful is like, where does joy come from? How long does it last? You know? And when it goes, what do I do after joy leaves? After joy leaves, what do I do? It's like, am I going to feel this way forever? And it's like, it's not like I'm feeling this way like non-stop. Do you get? It's just a high, you just, and funny enough, if you get addicted to seeking out joy, that's another problem, because you start to pretend that, you start to lie to yourself that you are not suffering. Do you get? You start to lie to yourself that you are not suffering, but you are suffering. So you now start to look for even extreme ways to find joy. So I don't think being joyful is the solution. I feel like sitting through the horrors is the solution, but It's so painful and difficult to sit through the horrors. Hello, Rodney. Hi, welcome to the chat. It's so painful to sit through the horrors. It's so tiring, you know. It's so difficult, you know. Hello, Castro. Thank you. It's so difficult because I've been having such a long stretch for a while of, feeling good and, not hearing the voices were not so obvious in that sense. But just this past few days, this past week, it has been hell. Nothing has been going right. And every time something goes wrong, it feels as if that's a reflection of me, not a reflection of circumstances outside of my control that I can just leave it be. It's just a reflection that it feels like a reflection of do you see why you should not bother? And do you see why you are already a failure? Like, why try? Do you get? And so the crowd is just there like booing me. It just feels like the crowd in my head is just like boo. And it's so loud some days. It's like it was so bad, you know. Just like the crowd is just there in my head, like boo, and it's like I've not even done anything. I'm literally just like I've not done anything. Do you get? I haven't done anything. Why are you so like wait for me to even do something before you now like say I've failed already? Like let me just get to the end of this thing. Yeah, because when I was a teenager and I was thinking about, my future and I'm being so scared about it, yeah, I was like, I can't wait to grow old. Like once I'm old, at least I don't have to feel this whole horror, of existing as a human being here. It's like let me just grow old and then, look forward to the end. Yeah, like I don't think anybody ever knows purpose. To now, like to be honest, I can't tell you that when you grow older you know your purpose because I don't think there's any such thing as purpose. I don't think there's any such thing as purpose. I don't think there's any such thing as a thing to do in this life or with your life. But the systems that we exist in refuse to let us just be, you know, like the systems we exist in has been set up that as a human being you can't just be. Like why do I need to have a purpose? And now the systems that we live in will now say, since you don't have a purpose, you know, maybe you should just, go away. Like get out of the earth. You're a waste of space or something, you know. And I want to say that's not true. You get, but like when the system tells you that, when the voices in your head tells you that, it now goes ahead to prove to you why they are right because they are working together. Like people will say things like, "Oh, be authentic." So you find your people, and it's like, I don't think anybody knows what that word means, or I think that word doesn't have any meaning anymore because there's a level of authenticity that you show, and then you just get so excommunicated from humanity. Like people refuse to see you as a human being. People refuse to like look at you. They refuse to connect with you because they think you're weird. And when you say weird, 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 it has become this funny, social like term where you just use it to like be funny. But like if for me, one time I was like trying to be myself and somebody just told me like, like you are strange. I had the biggest meltdown of my life. Like I think that was the biggest meltdown. The funny thing is that it was in a public space, so I could not even hide. So there I was just sitting down there losing my mind. And the worst part is like when you're losing your mind, nobody notices. You think maybe if you are like your nose is coming down filled with snot and you're crying and you're shaking and you can't breathe, you think people will see you the way it is in the movies or the storybooks or something. Nobody's going to see you. That's so funny. It feels like a glitch, you know. You think maybe, oh, I'm losing my mind. Like my life is literally falling apart before my eyes and nobody's seeing it. So that's why, like, you cannot even believe all those people that are outside of you saying things like, "You're good, you're this," and it's like, you are not real to me. I wish you were real so I can believe you, but you don't feel real to me. It's like, okay, where is the light? Can I see the light at least? I don't want to shine the light on anywhere else. I want the light to shine on me. I'm sick of it. I don't want anybody to see my light. I want to shine my own light on me so I'll be free from this darkness of these voices in my head. How do you even cope with family that don't like you? How do you cope with friends that like how can you now trust friends, trust family? Like if you even think about family who don't like you, it's like what did I ever do to you, you know? Like, and even if I did something to you, why can't you just like leave me alone if you don't like me? But family that doesn't like you will never let you be because you just become like a punching bag and they will always hover around you to make you feel bad, to make you feel small, like you don't deserve to be here. So it's just so horrible to be honest. Like it's just so horrible and I just wanted to say it because it's like here in my throat. And this morning as I woke up, I wanted to like literally like vomit. I had to vomit. I was so sick. And I was like, no, I can't because if I start, it's not going to stop, you know. So like I don't know. Most of the time for me, yeah, I don't. I also don't know how to like seek comfort out. But like that's not even your fault, to be honest. And that's not your fault. You didn't choose to come to somewhere where, yes, you didn't choose to come to this place where, you know, you arrived at the wrong time and with the wrong place or whatever. Like, you didn't choose any of that. You had no say. If it's that babies could have a say, would I be like, oh, okay, you made a mistake and, you know, you should correct it. But, like, you came to this family not by choice. You know, you were brought into that family not by choice. And it's like, now that you are here, now what? And I feel that's good for you. I feel like you don't have to go back, to be honest. You don't have to go back because at the end of the day, thank God, not God, but thank whatever that you are an adult now. So it will not be easy, but it's better than stay with people that break you and destroy every little bit of progress that you make, you know, being a human being on this earth. I feel like you shouldn't go back. I feel like you don't owe them, you know, courtesies anymore. Do you get? You don't owe them any courtesy. Do you get? You don't owe them anything. And I feel like that's okay. That's okay. If as long as your mom is on your side, I think that's even a better deal than fucking cousins and all of that. and aunties and uncles. Those are literally strangers to you, okay? Those are strangers to you. You don't owe them nothing. And I feel like if you hold on to the one true like connection that you have right now, you would feel it will give you like it will expand your heart in such a way that at least you'll be able to meet, you know, people that are more genuine, than if you keep on acting as if, okay, I have to be in this family, I have to talk to cousins that hate me or aunties that hate me. You don't have to be honest, you really don't. You don't owe these people are strangers to you. To be honest, even the person you came out from is a stranger to you. You have to grow to know this person. But when children are born into this world, when babies are born, it's as if human beings just put on them this thing like you owe me your life. And so therefore, you must know me in my entirety and you must love me without question. And it's like, no, I don't. No, I don't. Like I can choose who I'm going to get close enough to me to be my family going forward. If my parents love me, good for them. You know, you didn't waste your effort, you didn't waste your energy on going through the whole series of pregnancy and raising a child. Good for you. Lucky you. But like, if they don't like you, oh well, you need to make a shopping list. Like, make a list and decide I'm going to find my own person that will be like my cousin. I'm going to find my own person that will be like my sister or my brother or whatever. It's going to be very, very hard because you have to not tolerate nonsense. Okay, family that we are born into can disrespect us as they like. They can embarrass us, they can put us on the spotlight and give us traumas that will take forever to even like make sense of, talk less of heal from. But this family that you're going to go out into the world to, have as your own, you don't have to tolerate disrespect from them. You can break up with them. You're not bound by this blood or the water of death. You're not bound by any of that. And I wish it's something that I learned, when I was way younger, instead of, holding on to horrible people that like they just gave me, or just like cemented horrible trauma that I got from my own family members. Like I have this thing with an aunt that hates me so much. She hates me. She's hated me since I was born. How much? 100 naira. Cold one. Oh, you have a horrible aunt too. Well, I do as well. I have a horrible aunt. She hates me so bad. She hates my guts. She sets me up for failure. She embarrasses me. She says I'm not, since I was a child, she always like, oh, you're not a woman enough, you're not a girl, you're this, you're lazy, you're this, you're that. Like she embarrasses me. She makes sure everybody sees me as this kind of um no good piece of shit. And she does all this in front of my actual parents. And then it was supposed to be this whole slight banter, like, oh, I'm just your aunt. I'm trying to train you to be, mature. I'm trying to train you to be good. And it's like, she wasn't training me, she was just bullying me. And then when I went to, when I left home for the first time to go to boarding school, I met a horrible senior, just like my aunt. And I didn't know how to fight back because I didn't learn how to speak up against my aunt. So because I could not speak up against my aunt, it was very familiar the bullying that happened to me, like when I got to school. So like I just had to bear it until I could not, and I told my parents that, oh, I want to leave this school. But My aunt was still at home waiting for me, and she was so horrible. Hello, can you hear me? My network has gone off. If you can still see me, say hi, say hi, say hi. I'm still here. Network just broke, and I don't know how to refresh my stream. So if you're still here, you can say hi. If you're still here, you can say hi. Hello, welcome back. My network has issues, so the weather is so, it's just like reflecting how I feel inside. It's so rainy, and it's not raining to stop, it's raining to just keep going. And I feel so tired of it. But to be honest, yeah, to be honest, I feel for, I think I've talked about this thing for 30 something minutes now. I feel a bit relieved. I don't know why. I used to think if I spoke about like the horrors of what I was going through, that maybe it should just get worse. So I tried my best not to share how horrible I was feeling. I tried my best not to um, talk about my pain and my suffering. Not my pain or what, just suffering. Yeah. Um, I tried my best not to say speak up basically, but like I'm actually glad that whenever I have all those like, heaviness in my chest, enough to make me nauseated, that when I come on here to kind of just express myself really, there is also a freedom that comes with it. I feel a freedom, you know, coming to my chest whenever speak about this kind of things you get. So as for that auntie, um, it's been going on 3 years now. It's going to 3 years now, and I since I decided to never speak with her again in my life, I never ever want to see her, and I never want to speak with her again in my life. And I feel like when I'm suffering like this, and I think of my decision, it makes me feel a very tiny bit better that at least I was able to succeed at that. Like I was able to cut, you know, a an evil presence for my life. Evil presence. I feel proud of myself for being able to stand on something that honestly it doesn't give me emotional like recoil, like, oh, I cut this person off and I start to feel like I miss them. She has never liked me, so I don't miss any of her put upon displays of affection. So cutting her off, never speaking with her, it just makes me feel so light. It's like I've dropped this weight. Um, like I've dropped this great weight that I thought I'd have to carry forever. It's like I don't have to carry anything I don't want to carry, to be honest. I'm not obligated to do family for the rest of my life. Okay. Um, yeah, and that's why um I think I can boldly, you know, tell people that if somebody that is supposed to be close to you and in your space and have access to you is being an emotional, drain in your life. You should probably cut them off. I know it will be hard. You might not understand what it would, how to do so, but just propose in your heart to cut them off. Um, but like I don't know, I don't even think that's the main point of my conversation today. I think the main point of my conversation is like at least her voice is no longer there. It's like okay, her voice, our expectations of me is still there, but they are much much in the background than the way they used to be before. You know. Anyways, I think I've lost um my audience in that sense of people I was talking to because of the network break. So I thank you so much, Lead TV, for sharing so much with me. Thank you so much for, you know, commiserating with me and for sharing your own experiences. They're so valid, they're so important, and I think you're a very brave kid, that is going to do better than you even expect of yourself because you can recognize these things so early on in your life. I didn't come into this awareness until I was much much older, and I didn't even have the guts to stand to validate my own feelings. So for you to be able to validate your own feelings about cruel family members and the cruelty of living with people that don't like you, um I think you're going to go far in saving yourself from the crowd in your head. And I'm happy for you because the world is so very strict and unforgiving and unkind, and you need you need every you need every emotional strength you know that you have access to, that you can get, just to navigate this world. So I'm happy to hear from you. um i think I think that's all I can say right now, and I need to go offline right now. But thank you for hearing me out. For people that tuned in, I appreciate you, and I will see you in another video later today. Another live stream later today, because I am what I'm intending to have this call with my friend, and we're going to have this conversation, kind of like a podcast here. So look forward to that today or tomorrow. If I don't feel any better, I'm going to still come back here. But anyways, thank you so much for listening to me. I really, really appreciate you. And I will see you in the next one. Okay? Please, please, even if you cannot be happy, you know, just know that like there's somebody out there that is also unhappy, and is holding your hands in the unhappiness. We don't have to be happy, but but we don't have to be, but we can also like reduce it by not being alone. Do you get? So you're not alone in your unhappiness. I'm with you in your unhappiness, because I'm also unhappy myself. So yeah, bye bye.